Hi everybody, I'm Jack. This is Raw Tropical Living. Thanks for joining me today. It is a lazy, rainy Friday afternoon here, and I thought, okay, this would be a good time to do a video. At least do something productive, because in this weather here, it starts getting a little bit cool, and it's just so tempting just to check out for the rest of the day. Make a cup of tea, put on a video, or just listen to some music and read. But I said, no, I need to get a few things done. I've been gone for a few days, want to be a little bit productive, so I thought I'd do a little bit of video while the rain had taken a little bit of a break, because it's hard in this house, the way the roof is. It can get loud here real quick. I want to talk about transition a little bit more today, and I want to talk about it from a little bit different perspective than what I've done before with just particular transition tips. I think transition can mean so many different things to so many people. And I think sometimes people, and it is what it is for each person, and that's for each person to determine. But I think so many times people are kind of not really getting transition, or really not using it in the most effective way. Too many people tend to seem to just be getting stuck in transition, and they're rationalizing things just because of what they want to do or what's comfortable. I mean, we hear all the time, and I totally, there is a balance, so don't take anything I say from one extreme side to the other. But I think some people are just kind of fooling themselves with the transition thing, and it's also a comfortable place to be. You feel like you're participating, you're kind of doing it, but you're not moving forward. You're just kind of stuck in there saying like, oh, well, I need to move at my own pace. I'm being gentle with myself, all these little platitudes, and which there's a lot of truth in those. You don't want to put pressure on yourself. You don't want to be judgmental with yourself. You don't want to be heavy-handed with yourself. But you do want to proceed along this transition thing. It's not somewhere just to park your car and stay for a long time. You're supposed to be moving forward. And I just think, why not move a little? And like I've said before, it doesn't have to be a lot, but I like to see it when people are moving forward all the time. Constant movement forward, moving forward a little bit, day by day. It doesn't matter how much you move forward. It just matters that you're moving in a direction and that you're making progress. Now, when I say it doesn't matter how fast you're moving forward, I think you should be somewhat, you want to be realistic and not have too high in expectations, and not put yourself in a situation that you're not ready for, where you're more likely to fail. But you also need to look to other people out there and ask, if they can do it, why can't I do it? The people that are not taking forever. What I'm trying to say is it's different things to different people. But if you look at other people, there have been people that have done this thing in a relatively short amount of time, whatever that means to somebody. But let's say, come on, if you've been transitioning, let's just get up into some higher numbers. If you've been transitioning for over a year, you might think of changing the process, speeding the process along, or having a plan. Let's always go back to that. That's probably annoying with a lot of people, because it always goes back to, you need to have a plan. When you have a plan in your transition, you're more likely to be constantly moving forward. Now, your plan doesn't have to be so rigid that you have to do, okay, day one, I'm doing exactly this, day two. But if you kind of have an idea of what your progression is going to be, and you can visualize that, and you're working towards it every day, it just makes it a lot smoother. It's not this great, huge, long process that a lot of people are making it out to be. You just need to be efficient with it, and constantly be dropping things little by little by little by little along the way. Because the more you have, the more you hold on to these things, the more you're ingesting these things, the longer the transition is going to be. Because some of the things, especially the worst stuff that's really not serving you, you say you're being gentle with yourself. You say you're not being extreme, and you're taking it easy. But each time you put some of these substances into your body, it's like doing drugs. It's like smoking a cigarette. It's keeping that in your system, and it's going to keep the cravings going for that particular whatever it is. And it's just, bottom line, I guess what I'm getting around to is you're gonna have to drop it one day or not. Like I say, now this is when I talk about this, and I repeat this every single time I talk about it, this is for people that are trying to transition to the raw vegan lifestyle. You might not be interested in transitioning to the raw vegan lifestyle, or you may not be interested in transitioning to a fully raw lifestyle. You know, sometimes people might be just trying to transition from where they are to a higher version of raw, and that's okay. So just wanted to clarify that it's never about you must be raw, or that's the holy end all be all of things. It's just to get to fully raw. But a lot of people claim that's what they're trying to do. So what I'm saying is, if that's what you've chosen to try to do, you want to give yourself the best chance of success. And you want to really put a little bit of thought into your transition. That's another thing too. A lot of people just say, it's almost kind of like this big gray place that you go into. I'm in transition, but they got no clue, no plan, no idea of what they're going to do. They're just in transition. They don't have any idea of how they're going to proceed. They're just, I'm in transition, I'm sort of kind of doing blah, 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 blah. You know, have yourself a plan, have it mapped out. And, you know, slowly keep working yourself forward, because you're just, you know, if you want to get there, you're kind of just fooling yourself or a lot of people are just fooling themselves by telling themselves what they don't want to hear. I was just having a conversation with somebody that's a friend that's possibly coming down for the winter, and I was kind of explaining myself a little bit to them. And the main thing I was saying is that I'm very analytical in some ways. I take the emotion out of it, and I just like to, you know, go to the heart of the matter and like pick a situation apart, almost like you're solving a problem with no emotion, none of that stuff involved. Now I know that that kind of thing is involved in life, but you know, it's not going to serve you. In other words, is what I'm saying. When you're coming to making a plan, you can't get all the, well, I like this makes me this, blah 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 blah. It is what it is. And you know, you progress down a line, you figure out how to. Oh, and speaking about transition tips, you know, I did that video a little while back where I was talking about putting playlists together, and different playlists I've put together that are of other people's videos that of my videos. Well, I'm going to put right here, I'm going to put a link to my my playlist of transition. It's all on the topic of transition. Hope that might even help you a little bit. So click on that and check it out, because I've done a number of videos, and even though they're all on transition, I try to kind of come at it from a different angle, a different approach every time. So I hope, you know, it's not too much repetitive on that. But, you know, you might be able to watch them. You can pick out little hints here and there. I've used this analogy before. It's like going to yoga. You can go to a yoga class over and over and over, or you can do different teachers, and no matter how many times you've heard something, somebody else can say it a different way. All of a sudden it just clicks, it makes sense to you. So, you know, watch lots of different things, get a lot of variety, and you can take just like sometimes, who knows, like even in my rambling, you might just take one little nugget, one little sentence out of there, and you might do that with a lot of people's videos, but those nuggets and those one little bits of wisdom add up. So just something, I hope you'll enjoy that. Now, as I say all of this, also realize I'm saying that this is what you have to figure out for yourself. I'm not saying that my thoughts on transition, you don't need to, what I say you should, live up to my expectations or thoughts about how transitions should proceed. All I'm saying is just be real with yourself, be able to look yourself, you know, in the mirror, in the eye, and not fool yourself, you know. It's kind of a fine line. Like I say, it's about not beating yourself up. It's about not pushing yourself quicker than you're ready to go. But it's also about not babying yourself as well, and not selling yourself short, and not just procrastinating around just because maybe you like being around the people and in the groups and hearing about this and being a part of it, but you're not actually getting the benefits of the people that have made their way through transition. Because once you get to the other side, you'll kind of be like, geez, I wish I'd have gotten through that a long time ago. Because once you get through that part where there's not the struggle, the day-to-day struggle, then it becomes fun. I mean, then it's really just it's a effortless lifestyle. It's very enjoyable. It's way enjoyable. I mean, I have a blast with it every day. I have a blast with my food. I have a blast with my thoughts. I mean, it just has enhanced every part of my life. And, you know, like I say, I do a lot of these on the transition and on stuff for beginners because I just want to make like little hacks that might help you move along. Because in the end, that's what it's about. Like, it's almost like, you know, I've got something good. I feel good every day. I'm happy every day. I'm operating at a very high level. And I just want others to kind of get that feeling and be successful on this lifestyle, or be success. It's all about, like, there's certain kind of general principles to being successful in whatever you undertake in life. I mean, the transition, a lot of this stuff could be applied to other things. A lot of things in life, it's just all about sitting down, being real with yourself, evaluating yourself, making a realistic plan for you, by you, that you can follow, and, you know, just moving yourself along, not being too hard on yourself, not babying yourself too much, just somewhere in the middle. But anyhow, just my thoughts on the detox thing. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. Hope you'll hit the subscribe button below, and I hope you are having a wonderful day. Love you guys. Peace.